A lot of people have been questioning, well, she doesn't really know him. She has no knowledge of him. She doesn't have a picture with him. I'm smarter than Claudia Jordan. I would never take a picture with the devil. Everyone knew he was the devil. He's been the devil for 30 years.
Think about Claudia Jordan right now. Claudia Jordan don't ever mention my mother name. She mentioned it yesterday. Talking about why people are afraid to come forward. You mean like you? You was Diddy girl. Corey was Jay-Z girl.
Shocking allegations levelled at Sean Diddy Combs have burst the floodgates on salacious claims about an industry many people believe harboured a monster. Understandably, the internet's ablaze with claims about these events and whether other powerful figures were involved too. Well, last week I interviewed Jaguar Wright, a singer-songwriter who's made claims about Diddy for years. Those claims had already received a lot of attention in the media across many platforms for many years. And that's the thing about platforms. The reality of the modern world is that pretty much everyone has a platform as long as they have something to say that other people want to hear. That's why we invited her on to be interviewed. The people making these claims have an audience with or without shows like mine. Well, Jaguar Wright unexpectedly made several serious allegations about Jay-Z and Beyonce during that interview. As I said in the moment, they were not present to respond or defend themselves, but now they have. Their lawyers contacted us to say that those claims were totally false and have no basis in fact, and we've therefore complied with the legal request to cut them from the original interview. Editing interviews is not something we do lightly at a show called Uncensored. But, like the proverbial cries of fire in a crowded theatre, there are legal limits on us too. We apologise to Jay-Z.
Girl, let me spill the tea that's got everyone talking. Piers Morgan, that outspoken British journalist, just had a full-on meltdown after being forced to pull his interview with Jaguar Wright, and it was messy. Now, if you're wondering who these two are, let me give you the scoop. Piers is known for his drama-filled, no-holds-barred interviews, while Jaguar is a singer who's all about dropping serious bombshells. So when these two sat down together, you just knew it was going to be wild. Word on the street is the interview was so explosive it had to be completely erased from the internet. What did Jaguar say that was so scandalous? Stay tuned, 'cause this tea is about to get real.
Yeah, I watched that interview. Why the hell you gotta talk to me about Jay-Z? You know they always say, oh, they're going to talk about Jay-Z. Now I gotta talk more about this wig wearing, but I feel a certain way when it comes to what Jaguar Wright says about Jay-Z. Okay. One, I don't know their relationship. I've never seen her around us at Rockefeller. Okay. You know, not saying that she don't know him, because clearly she's worked with him in some manner.
Right. She's got some credits. I looked at her credits.
MTV Unplugged and things like that. As far as their personal relationship, I have no clue. So I really can't say. Her allegations towards him, some of them to me are like out there, like far-fetched for me to believe.
Right.
You know, but the other stuff, like he was dating Aaliyah, I've been told y'all that way before she even said that. Right. When I said it, I was, yo, you can't be talking about the dad, and this is 20-something years ago.
Right.
Right? But even now, Dame admits that it was over Aaliyah, right? I'm the one that told everybody first that Jay was with Aaliyah first.
Right.
You know, that finally came out. So for me, some of the stuff she's saying, I've been saying as far as that goes. But some of the other things that she alleges, like the Kathy White situation, I don't know about that.
Okay.
You know,
so you kind of like seem like the rest of us. Some may be truth, and then some maybe I don't know about that.
Well, what I would say is I wouldn't put nothing past nobody, right?
Gotcha.
In regards to that, especially in the manner of public humiliation for Jay, having a baby by another woman on Beyonce, who everybody loves. He would have got destroyed in the media, right? But then again, not really, because he's cheated on Beyonce before, and she just take him back and take him back and take him back.
Right.
But she tell all the other women, leave your man. He's I'm irreplaceable. To the left, and all the women will leave their man. But she stayed there with this dude.
Now that's something interesting, because I'm hearing people talk about like Beyonce's losing followers now just because of her conversation with, just being aligned with Jay.
Right. Well, that could be some truth to that. I don't know. I mean, when she first got with him, a lot of people didn't understand it and supported it until after a certain amount of time. You know what I'm saying? But getting back to the Kathy White thing, the only thing that makes me look at it and where it may be some truth to it is the girl Claudia Jordan being connected to Kathy White. And they said her and Kathy White was messing around with Jay and Diddy, allegedly. We all been around each other, and I've been around Claudia Jordan, right? That don't mean I dated her, right? I've been in plenty of parties with her. I might have been in at a Diddy party, and she might have been there. You know what I'm saying? Not an after party, but just a regular party. You know what I'm saying? So that don't mean that. But when Claudia Jordan started elaborating more and said, "Oh well, we was only around them this day." Oh yeah, but then we were around them this day. It was like, oh, I thought y'all didn't have no relations with these dudes. So now you just put yourself around them a few times, which kind of makes it look shaky. Then there's the thing where Claudia Jordan says in an interview, it was in regards to Kim Porter dying and people feeling like it could have been mysterious. Like allegedly Diddy could have been behind it, right?
Right.
So Claudia Jordan says in an interview that, y'all think these people be out here dying from natural causes, and they don't, and she's like, these people are powerful, right? So just because you see people in a coma, that to me, the coma was Jamie Foxx, right? Because Diddy situation with Jamie Foxx.
Get into that for sure.
Or Albie Shore was in the coma, right?
Right.
And then she says it was pneumonia, which was Kim Porter. I believe she said pneumonia. And then she went to say, and some of these people y'all think be having brain aneurysms, right? Now, Kathy White died of a brain aneurysm.
Okay.
Right? So when she go to say, and some of these people died from coma, y'all think these people really went in comas and died of pneumonia and brain aneurysm. And then she goes, and y'all think these is natural causes. They're not.
Okay.
So when she said that, she implicated to me that allegedly she know more than what she's saying. And when she said brain aneurysms and that she didn't really die of a brain aneurysm, right? Allegedly, that
it's a foul.
So it tells me Claudia Jordan knows more than what she's acting like, but she's scared to say it. And then she has everything.
You thought you were ready for the tea, but honey, buckle up. Jaguar Wright dropped some huge names in her interview with Piers Morgan, and one of them could change the music industry forever. What started as a casual chat turned into a full-blown exposé, leaving celebs sweating. Jaguar, known for her bold opinions, didn't hold back. She spilled secrets about top artists, producers, and execs, including accusations that a rapper-turned-mogul was buying streams to keep his artists on top. She also revealed wild stories of married celebs getting too cozy with people who weren't their spouses. The aftermath? Unbelievable.
He made several serious allegations about Jay-Z and Beyonce.
Not unexpected, Piers. If you've watched a single interview with her, you'd know she's been saying that for quite some time. First correction, but let's go.
During that interview. As I said in the moment, they were not present to respond or defend themselves. But now they have. Their lawyers contacted us to say that those claims were totally false and have no basis in fact, and we've therefore complied with the legal request to cut them from the original interview. Editing interviews is not something we do lightly at a show called Uncensored. But, like the proverbial cries of fire in a crowded theatre, there are legal limits on us too. We apologise to Jay-Z and Beyonce.
Reese, why is he apologizing? He didn't say anything bad. We have the clips. We can go through them. In fact, we have them on my video. I have not received a cease and desist. What is your reaction to Piers not only apologizing, but editing them out of the YouTube video?
Dude, I'm shocked. I'm shocked. Piers Morgan must have felt some sort of way. And look, let's not operate in a vacuum. We all know that, Piers is not making these decisions. It's going to be the higher ups probably, right?
Sure.
People who may be concerned, people who may have relationships. At the end of the day, these are media companies. We're talking about some of the biggest moguls in the media world, in the music and entertainment industry, right? Jay-Z and Beyonce. So let's not think that there's not some sort of connection or behind the scenes, under the table discussion happening. That being said, that's all speculation. What we do know is what we've seen Piers Morgan say, which is, I got a legal demand and we're editing our video. And I'm blown away that they would comply with that, because meaning Piers Morgan and his show is simply allowing people who claim to have personal knowledge on the show to attest to what they've heard and seen. We also had another guest on the show who counterbalances it and says, hey, I would never give this woman a platform. I don't believe a word she says, right? You and I heard that.
Correct.
So there's
They don't like that he said it, but he said it exactly. They said, this guy's not telling you, she's a conspiracy theorist, is what Vlad said. So even if you wanted to argue, well, the other side was said.
Yeah, and look, and he also takes the position in all of his interviews that, hey, look, the other side is not here today, right? Jay-Z and Beyonce are not here today. Get them on the show. Maybe he invited them, right? Have them make a public statement. We don't know all these things, but for him to just edit the video, it's pretty shocking. It tells me that he's legitimately scared.
Even Piers Morgan was left speechless by Jaguar Wright's revelations when she brought up drug use in the industry and dropped a major name. Piers looked like he'd seen a ghost. The interview went viral in an instant, with fans playing detective, trying to figure out who she was exposing. Celebs started posting cryptic messages, only adding fuel to the fire. Then, just as the interview hit its peak, it vanished completely, wiped from the internet. Now, conspiracy theories are flying. Was it a powerful celeb covering their tracks? A record label pulling strings? The mystery only made people want to see it more.
Well, I don't want to. I like Piers. I've been on the show. I want to be back on the show, but he's not uncensored. he just proved to the world, if you send a cease and desist, he will cower. And I'm kind of shocked by that. I can't not say the truth. I got to be honest. Look, maybe there's more to the story. You're right. And I'd love to know, and we'll have to, he didn't share it to us. He's supposed to be uncensored. He does this to so many people where he shares theories and stuff because we come on and share our thoughts. And I don't understand how he would be liable for that. Again, to me, this is just shocking that Jay-Z and Beyonce were able to get him to edit it. Now, they're not out there doing it to others yet. And I guess that's my next question. Like, what is your reaction to Jay-Z and Beyonce doing this? Does this make them look less guilty because they're finally stepping up and doing such actions? And do you think now other channels like myself and others are at risk at receiving these cease and desists? What is your reaction to all that?
So, look, as someone who believes in aggressively pursuing reputation management, particularly online and in the media, I don't blame Jay-Z and Beyonce for taking a position and being aggressive with it, right? I think the conversation has to be had that, look, these statements are false, they're defamatory. I haven't seen any public statements by Jay-Z and Beyonce since this P. Diddy thing happened. It almost seems like they've been kind of laying in silence, despite the connections that people have made. So I do think that this is probably the first domino that will fall among many. And I fully anticipate and fully expect to see Jay-Z and Beyonce issuing more of these things. Absolutely. I don't think.
How do we respond as creators? Because I like to deem myself uncensored. I share my opinions, but I also make it clear it's my opinions. I've never once declared Jay-Z and Beyonce guilty of anything. I don't know, but are we allowed to share other viewpoints that are saying otherwise?
I think what's great about the United States of America is that viewpoints should not be censored. And you have not taken the position, Andy. You're an outstanding guy because you cover both sides and you tell people that, look, or you say, this is my opinion and this is what I base it on. So I don't think that you're in the line of fire. You're in fact commenting on the fact that Piers Morgan received a cease and desist and edited his video, right? So it would be ironic if they sent to you a cease and desist. That would almost be like, you talking about somebody who infringed a video and got a cease and desist, and then people claiming that you infringed as well. And so it's a fair comment. It's criticism. It's a matter of grave public concern. It's probably the most important matter of public concern outside of the hurricane that's happening, which is trafficking and all these sex victims coming out. Yeah. So it's a serious matter of public concern. So comment on it is something that our laws protect.
So here it is, not to inception everybody. Here's my video with those uncensored comments still intact. Am I legally safe to keep this up? I didn't make any comment confirming what Piers said. In fact, we talked about the whole story. What is your advice there for any content creator who maybe has this clip online? Yeah. I mean, generally speaking, I think what you should do is you should just be careful of what you say. If you're covering a topic, cover the topic, provide perspective, add some value to it like you do on your show. You kind of debate it. You have guests on, you reach out to people involved, comment on it. Commenting on it is fine. Making factual statements is a little bit different, right? If you come out and you say, you've read the text messages, you've seen it, this guy is like this, he's a sex offender, he's like that, you better have some receipts to back it up. Instead of just making these factual conclusions, make comments like you are. Criticize the fact that Piers Morgan has a show called Uncensored and yet is censoring himself, and we haven't seen the cease and desist letter, right? Yeah. Well, he's also in London. They do have different laws. That could be part of this as well, to be fair. But go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was going to say they do have different laws, and we saw this at play in the Johnny Depp Amber Heard litigation that occurred, in London. It's interesting because there, the burden of proof for the most part is on the defendants versus here, it's on the plaintiffs bringing the defamation claim to show falsity and damage, right? So there it's on sort of the defense. That could be behind it. But they also have these journalistic privileges as well. They don't have a First Amendment like we do in the United States of America. So that's important context as well.
So I am not going to play the clips here, not out of fear, but because in case YouTube, which sometimes does suck, stops us, I'm going to point you to this video so you can watch the clips in context. So at the end of this video, I'm going to put it big on screen. Go watch it. I'm going to summarize, though, just to protect myself, because even though I feel like we're in the right, do you think it was a smart move for Jay-Z and Beyonce to make him edit it? Because in a way, that's going to spotlight these clips even more, right? And they can't really stop it now that it's all over Twitter and all over YouTube. As a lawyer, how would you advise someone in such a situation? Like, should they have just had a statement of apology, a statement of correction, and let the video still live? Or do you think it was smart of them to actually make Piers edit it